Dragon Quest III, released on the 10th of February 1988 in Japan, 12th of June 1991 in North America, follows the story of the son of Ortega, a great hero of times past that fell in combat in a volcano, leaving his task undone. The Archfiend Baramos threatens the world, and now that the son of Ortega has reached 16 years of age, he must continue his father's task and explore this vast, strange, yet familiar world to fell the Archfiend. I named the hero Eltanin. In a first for Dragon Quest, the hero's gender can be chosen. Eltanin is woken up by his mother, who tells him he must go to the castle, being raised as a brave warrior for this day. I am taken next to the castle, being told to be respectful to the king. I enter the castle, then I climb up to the throne room. A bard says that the castle is closed at night, only at day will the king hold an audience, while a guard teaches about party positioning. The king's advisor recommends going to Luisa's place to recruit companions for my journey. I then talk with the king, who recounts Ortega's fate. I am given a task as Ortega's successor. It is the felling of the Archfiend Baramos. Not many know of his name, but he is an immense threat to this world. I must seek companions to aid in my journey, being given a bit of gold for it. I leave the throne room, then go east, finding stairs to the dungeons. A prisoner complains that the old man of the Tower of Najima has stolen his key. According to an old man at the pond, that key is capable of opening simple doors. A nearby guard even laughs at the thief's misfortune. I leave the castle, going to town. Facilities in this town include an inn, a house of healing, an item shop that sells medical and antidote herbs, as well as wyvern wings that warp to any previously visited town of my choosing, a first for the series. There's also a weapon shop that sells cypress sticks, clubs, copper swords, clothes, wayfarer's clothes, leather armor, and leather shields. According to an old man, Aliahan once ruled the world, but after a terrible war, Aliahan closed its travel door to the outside. A lady says that the town of Reeve is to the north. Another old man asks if I've been to the island to the west. I say no, being told to see it as soon as possible. A man says that if I walk out of town for long enough, night will fall. Another man says that if I walk along the ocean, I'll find a cave to the promontory, while a warrior says that there might be continents out in the world that are bigger than Aliahan. I then go to the northwestern building, which features a vault for item storage. A warrior recommends a party for me. I go upstairs. There, a man says that goof-offs are useless, being only worth for laughs, while a bard says that only a chosen few can be sages. It's in this floor that I can register new companions, but instead I go downstairs to talk with Luisa, where I recruit Brindar the soldier, Viron the pilgrim, and Theron the wizard. I now have a full party of 4. While this is the recommended setup, there are many classes that characters can be. The main character has no choice but be the hero, a class that can equip the best weapons and armor, while also having spellcasting capabilities, although his MP will be lower compared to magic specialists. They have exclusive access to lightning magic. Soldiers are also weapon and armor specialists, with great HP, strength and vitality for high offense and defense. Pilgrims are spellcasters with decent stats overall. They combine decent proficiency in weapons and armor with a mostly supportive spell list, also gaining access to wind damage. They start with heal for minor single target HP restoration. Wizards are spellcasters with high MP and intelligence. Their spell list is mostly offensive, also gaining some support spells and ice damage as well. They start with Blaze, a single target fire spell. Fighters are attackers that forego weapons in favor of their fists, having high strength and agility, as well as a higher critical hit chance. Most weapons they can equip actually make them weaker. Merchants don't have very high stats, but their presence grants the party extra gold for defeating monsters. Goof-offs are just the worst. They have the best luck for higher chance of item drops, but their other stats are awful. They even have a chance of disobeying orders. Sages are a very rare class. They can't be registered at will. Instead, they must be changed into. They combine the spell lists of pilgrims and wizards, while also having some surprisingly good equipment options. I set out for adventure. Enemies that can be found here in the overworld include the ever-present slime, the weakest enemy of the game still, and black ravens, enemies that are a tiny bit stronger, but still not much of a threat. A bit further north, I can find horned rabbits, another regular enemy with no tricks at all. I go north, finding the town of Reeve. Facilities present in this town include an inn, a house of healing, an item shop that sells herbs, fairy water to dissuade monsters, wings and turbans, a headpiece meant for merchants and goof-offs. I also find a weapon shop that sells magic knives, thorn whips, chain sickles, training suits, leather armor, leather shields, and leather helmets. A man asks if I've obtained the thief's key. I say no, being told that a cave south of here will take me to the Tower of Najima. As I fight outside, Viron reaches level 2, learning the Expel spell. a spell that repels monsters away from combat, although they won't drop loot or experience. Eltanin reaches level 2 as well, learning Blaze. I decide to grind a bit outside Aliahan to wait for nighttime. During this time, stores are closed, but the inn can still be used. Better still, Eltanin's mother allows for free lodging at home. Every time I rest resets time to morning. I buy a leather shield for Eltanin, then set out again, grinding outside Reeve as I wait for nighttime, but nothing special happens here. Theron reaches level 4, gaining the upper spell that increases a single ally's defense. I rest at Aliahan, then set out to the southern cave. A new enemy that I can find is the giant ant-eater, a decently bulky enemy at this point. I find immediate stairs to the second floor, going east, finding a chest that has a medical herb. I then go back west, north, then east, finding a chest that contains wayfarer's clothes. I give these to Theron. I then go north, finding a chest that holds 16 gold. I go back south, then east, finding stairs that lead to the Tower of Najima. Enemies that can be found in this tower include frogors, stronger enemies that are capable of defending themselves, masked moths, enemies capable of casting surround to decrease the party's accuracy, babbles, enemies whose strikes are capable of poisoning, scorpion wasps, these ones are capable of calling for help, and magicians. These spellcasters can use Blaze. Eltanin reaches level 4, learning Heal, and Viron reaches level 5, learning the Speed Up spell, which boosts party agility. I then go east, finding stairs to the first floor, going north, then west, finding stairs back to an underground inn. How nice! I go back upstairs, then east, climbing up to the second floor. I go north, then west, finding a chest that contains 40 gold. I then go east, finding stairs to an isolated room of the third floor, opening a chest that has a leather helmet that I give to Eltanin. I go back downstairs, going south, then west. Theron reaches level 5, learning the Ice Bolt spell, a single target ice spell. I find another set of stairs that lead me to the third floor. This time I go around the wall, entering the eastern room, finding a chest that contains a wyvern wing. I then go west, finding stairs to the fourth floor, finding an old man that gives me the thief's key, which can be used to open the nearby door. I go all the way down to the underground floor, going north then west, opening a chest that contains 32 gold. I then go east, opening a door that leads me to 2 chests. They have a medical herb and an agility seed. It can be eaten for a permanent agility boost. I give it to Brindar. I then go south, then east, finding stairs that lead me to a door I can unlock with the thief's key. It's Aliahan Castle. I use the thief's key to open a room with an old man that says that the path to the travel door can be unlocked with a magic ball. Another man behind the door says that someone at Reeve can make magic balls. I set out to Reeve, opening a door at the inn. The man there says that there's a lake to the east. I then go to the northeast building, opening the door, going upstairs. The old man there gives me a magic ball. I set out to the southeast. A new enemy I can find here is the Spiked Hare, an annoying enemy capable of casting sleep to the party. I find a shrine nearby with an old man that asks if I have the magic ball. Since I have it, he says to go to the Cave of Enticement, found on a nearby spring. I make a trip back to Reeve. I have gotten enough gold to buy a chain sickle for Eltanin, passing down his copper sword to Brindar. I then go back southeast, then north towards the lake, finding the entrance to the cave. New enemies that can be found here include demon ant-eaters, pretty strong enemies at this point. Caterpillars, combining power and bulk, they were supposed to be capable of casting increase. And healers, higher HP enemies that can cast heal. I go west and south, using the magic ball to break the wall, finding stairs to the second floor. I go north, then west, finding a chest that contains an antidote herb. I then go east, south, then west, finding a chest that has a magic knife that I give to Theron. Then I go north, finding stairs to the first floor, going west, opening a door that leads me to a travel door, leading me to a new town, Romaly. Facilities in this town include an inn, a house of healing, an item shop that sells herbs, including the full moon herb that heals numbness, water, wings, iron aprons, and leather helmets. The iron apron being armor exclusive to merchants. And there's also a weapon shop that sells chain sickles, iron spears, broadswords, leather armor, shell armor, chain mail, and bronze shields. Upstairs at the shop is the arena where monsters fight. I can wager on which monster wins for a chance to make gold. I talk with the townsfolk. The people here are expecting the hero of Aliahan. A lady says that to the north lies the town of Kanav. I climb the northwest tower, talking to a prisoner that says that Kandar lives in the Tower of Shampane with his grunts. A guard says that the monsters of the east are tough. North is the way to go. A man says that numbness can disappear by itself. I climb upstairs to the front room. A bard says that the Tower of Shampane is west of here. Then I speak with the king. I can save the game here as well. He does have a request of me. Kandar stole the golden crown, and he wants it back. I go outside to grind for a bit. Enemies around Romaly include poison toads, strong poisonous attackers, pups, high HP enemies with good attack and a slow spell that reduces party agility, Humanabats, they have good attack and defense and the annoying stop spell that prevents party spellcasting, and Rogue Knights, enemies with incredible bulk. They can call for healers and are capable of critical hits. Eltanin reaches level 6, learning the Expel spell. Theron reaches level 7, learning the Fireball spell, a group target fire spell. I then buy a bronze shield for Eltanin, passing his leather shield to Brindar. I then set out to the north. As I approach the new town, I can find new enemies that include army crabs, high defense enemies that can call for backup, and killer bees. Decently strong, their attacks can numb party members. After crossing the mountains, I arrive at the town of Kanav. Facilities in this town include an inn, a house of healing, an item shop that sells herbs, water, wings, and iron aprons, a weapon shop that sells iron spears, broadswords, iron claws, half-plate armor, fighting suits, bronze shields, and iron shields. A man here pays his respects at the warrior's grave. Legend says he defeated a bear with his bare hands. A couple at the local eatery claims that there's a village where everyone was put to sleep. An old man says that even wizards can bring down monsters with the poison needle. One hit on the right spot is all it takes. It used to be sold on the item store. I grind for a bit to wait for nightfall, then I visit the warrior's grave. His skeleton has risen, telling the secret to his victory over the bear. He had actually used iron claws. This is actually a hint. Claw-type weapons are the only weapons that actually increase a fighter's attack. I then open the door at the item shop, opening 2 chests. One has a poison needle which I give to Theron, the weakest weapon of the game. As stated before, it occasionally one-shots enemies. The other chest has a club. I then go to the northeast house. The man there says that the fairies live west of No Neils. I grind a bit near Kanav. Eltanin reaches level 7, learning the return spell, allowing me to warp to any previously visited town. Viron reaches level 8, learning the sap spell, which lowers a target's defense. I return to Romaly, buying the chainmail for Eltanin, passing his leather armor to Viron. I then go back to Kanav, going southwest towards the Tower of Shampane. New enemies found at the tower include gas clouds, enemies that can cast blaze, demon toadstools. These enemies emit a sweet breath that puts the party to sleep, and poison silkworms. These ones emit a toxic breath to poison the party. I go around the nearby walls, finding a chest to the southeast that contains a wyvern wing. I then go back to the center, finding stairs to the 2nd floor. I go around the walls to find stairs at the northeast that take me to the 3rd floor. I go north around the wall, finding a chest that contains 384 gold. I then return to Kanav, buying an iron shield for Eltanin, passing the bronze shield to Brindar and the leather shield to Viron. I then make my way back to the tower. Theron reaches level 9, learning the outside spell, which warps me out of dungeons. Viron reaches level 10, learning the sleep spell. Then Theron reaches level 10, learning the increased spell for party-wide defense boosting. I do get battered a bit, so I go back to Kanav to recover, then grind for a bit, buying the broadsword for Eltanin, passing his chained sickle to Brindar, and copper sword to Viron. I return to the tower, going all the way to the 3rd floor, going clockwise, finding stairs to the 4th floor, opening the door at the south to find stairs to the 5th floor, where a couple of guards scurry away to their boss, whom I can find at the 6th floor. He sarcastically congratulates us before opening a trapdoor that drops my party 1 floor. Not very sporting of him, is it? Anyway, I return to the 6th floor. He's gone with the treasure. I fall north side, dropping to the 4th floor, finding the bandits as they make their escape, initiating combat with them. Kandar is a pretty strong guy with great HP. He can also defend and inflict critical hits. He's accompanied by his henchmen, who aren't quite as strong, but still a bit of a threat, especially due to their numbers. I cast Sleep on Kandar with Viron, while each of the 3 remaining characters deal with a henchman in 2 turns. Viron casts Speed Up for more agility, then Theron casts Increase for more defense. Since Kandar is now alone, he's easier to deal with, but still a threat. Once I defeat him, Eltanin reaches level 10, learning Fireball. Viron makes it to level 11, learning the Antidote spell to remove poisoning, and Theron reaches level 11, learning the Bang spell, a fire spell that hits all enemies. It would have been very useful during this boss fight, but due to my bullheadedness it took me 3 tries without it. Either way, Kandar asks us to spare him in exchange for the crown. Now that I have gotten it, I return to Romaly. I show the king the crown, and he offers his position as king to me. I decide to accept, gaining a complimentary mustache as well. A man outside the throne room says that the wizard's wand launches fireballs, while a lady asks us to save the village of No Kneels to the north. According to a guard, it is there that the Cloak of Evasion is being sold. Because I'm the new king though, I am not allowed out of here. This is no way to be a hero. So I go to the monster arena and talk to the former king, telling him I don't want to continue in this role. I've made quite a good progress. After establishing my party, I went to the Tower of Najima, finding the Thief's Key, used it to open a door where an old man gave me the magical orb that I would use to break the seal that separated Aliahan from the outside world, crossing the Cave of Enticement, finding a travel door that took me to Romaly, where its fickle king requested me to find the gold crown that was stolen by Kandar. I found him at the Tower of Shampane, defeating him and his lackeys, who fled, leaving the crown behind. I returned to Romaly, showing the crown as my proof of success, becoming king of Romaly for a while. Now that I'm back to my role as hero, I will venture north to No Kneels, where rumor is it's gotten into trouble with fairies. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, as I deal with the fairy spell.